Okay, so the question is, can I use this formula? So the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the base plus 2 times the height, right?
Yes.
So this is the base and this is the height. The square is the same way, but what do we notice about the base and the height?
They're the same.
They're the same, right? But could I use that formula?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that formula would work. Okay. So then part C says, can you use the formula of the perimeter of a square to find the perimeter of a rectangle? No, because technically the perimeter of a square, originally we defined that as 4s. Right? And so that technically it would be no, because those are different. So it wouldn't work. Where on my square, if I think of this in terms of s, all 4 sides are congruent. So then part C says, use the formula of the perimeter of a square to write a formula for the area of the square in terms of the perimeter. So let's think about that. If the perimeter of a square is equal to 4 times s, and we know that the area is equal to s squared. But we can also think of this as 2 times b plus 2 times h. Alright? And what they want us to do is write our formula in terms of this, in terms of the formula of the perimeter. So what is the relationship between the two? How would you guys do that? Well, the clue here is I want to take, the second part doesn't really matter in this particular scenario, okay? But I know that the perimeter is 4 times s and the area is s squared. So if I take this equation, p equals 4 times s, and I solve for s, I divide both sides by 4, these cancel, and I get p over 4 is s. Now, if I take this, and I plug it in for this, right? Because we said p over 4 is equal to s, and s is equal to p over 4. So then I could write that the area of a square is actually p over 4 squared. Is that right? Okay, just take a second to process that. I know that's kind of difficult. So now, what do I do with the 2? Well, I can push the 2 through. This is p to the first, or 4 to the first. So that really becomes p squared over 4 squared, or p squared over 16. Does that make sense?